So there is one market out there that I believe is about to see a really big drop in the market coming real soon, and that is the oil market. The oil market has continued. Now, the big issue with the oil market that I'm finding with a lot of people is that because it's taking a lot of time for the drop to happen, it's been slowly developing. Most traders who are impatient around these markets, this is where they miss amazing opportunities. See, my best trading opportunities is because the understanding of that these things take time to build up, but then when they break, they end up going for a big move. And it's in that building up phase that most traders like, oh man, I've been watching this thing for a month now and nothing's happened. Boring. And then they go try to jump on a Bitcoin bull market or something. Right? They go jump on something that is exciting. But this is where most traders miss opportunities, right? Because you miss opportunities because whenever we go through these quiet periods, and it might last for a month or 2 or 3 months. Now, I'm not saying, for me guys, I focus on all markets. So while I've been watching oil for the last couple of months, I've been looking at gold, silver, the crypto market, into all the stocks in the actual stock market, trading those and so on and so forth, right? So I trade all markets. So I'm not sitting here saying, okay, well, I'm not going to trade anything else apart from, like, I trade all markets, right? Why? Because it's all the same thing, right? Once you understand trading, all I do, and just so you guys know, I was labeled ADHD at school. I'm not smart. And for you guys that are trying to be smart, like you're trying to, well, let me add some more indicators and let me add the fundamentals and let me add what I think something is going to do and let me add the dollar to this here, and when the dollar does this and gold does this and oil does this and inflation does this and it's like, whoa, you get the point, right? The purpose of what I'm saying here is that I keep my trading really simple. You can overcomplicate it, but I promise you 95% of you watching this video right now are losing money. And you've had a red year, okay? And I want you to have a good 2025. Let's simplify the process. Simplify the process is that, do you know the 1 or 2 types of trading patterns that appear in the market that when they do appear, you're likely to do really well? And if the answer is no to that, then that's where your foundational work, education, mentoring, help and guidance needs to be your forefront, because that's how you get consistent results, right? So the big thing that I'm noticing here when it comes to the oil market is it's taking a bit of time to happen. And if I bring up this from an actual, this here is the actual daily charts. Look at this here. It's just been doing nothing really ever since September. It went up and then went back down and it went back up and back down and back up and back down and back up and back down, right? It's going through these different phases, right? So what we can see here is it's actually slowly building, but it's slowly building for a big move to come. So this is the daily charts. One thing I really want you to do is when you're trading the markets is always keep an eye on the big picture, right? The big picture. If you are just a one-time trader, you're missing the big forest from the trees. Right, and what I mean by that is that a lot of traders would have thought that this up move through here was the bottoming goal in oil, and the market is about to make a move. One thing I really want you to do is I want you to focus on the weekly charts as well. Okay, so the weekly charts. So the weekly charts here. Let's actually do this here. So this is the weekly chart here, and as you can see, if I bring up this weekly chart here, you can see how that up move was that bit there on the weekly chart. Now, if we had a look at that through there on the weekly chart, what is that? That is now an up leg, but is it a changing trend? Remember, in a downward trend, what we have down, up, lower highs, down, up, lower highs, down, and as the market's coming up through here, if we don't break this high up here, if we don't break that, there's a high probability it's going to what? Develop another lower high, and then away we go again. This is where a lot of traders think, oh, it's going up, and they're trying to pick the bottom, and then it rolls down and goes against them. Picking bottoms is the worst scenario, right? And it's just put it this way, guys. If you want to jump on a really big move, where have the big moves happened? All right, all through here, when we had a very big bull market in oil, was the big move here? Was the big move here? Was the big move here? Or was the big move there, and there? You get the point, right? So that's the reason why we want to find where the overall trend is and then go with that. And this is where the weekly chart is. The purpose of me saying that is, as you can see here, we had a high, we had a lower high, or that did come up another lower high. So we've been overall lower highing. There you go. There's a technical term for you. Overall lower highing all the way down. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that I really want you to think about. Now we're making lower highing. Where the hell did that come from? Right? It does tell me, and one thing and the reason why I'm very, very big on this, guys, is that whenever we go through these periods of really not much going on, right? Let's actually see, can I bring this up to here? There, right? Whenever we do go through these, see these periods through here, guys? Look at this here. Whenever we do go through this really extended period of nothing going on for quite some time, see that sideways period overall? Whenever we do break, as you can see, we end up going, now this is a weekly chart, by the way, we end up going for a really big move. You see that through there? But we just don't know when it's going to break. That's the reason why, like, if we just, the concept is when the market doesn't, and by the way, FYI, all markets work like this. If the market does nothing for an extended period of time, get ready for a really big breakout. And when it does break out, there's a high probability of it making a big move. Now, let me ask you a question. If you can start to utilize that, and then you do, and let's just say you identified that as your trading opportunity, and you only 50-50 right, but your profits are 3, 4, 5 times your loss, you got a winning trading system, right? Now, of course, you can utilize, now I utilize that, but then I use this sideways period, but then as it's breaking out, I use a specific trading pattern, right? Again, I teach you that in my free trading course. If you're doing this some help, guys, grab access to the free trading course I'm giving away. There's like 8 videos in there. The very first video I teach my trading system, all right? So that's when we get precise there. But the whole thing is that if you're looking to identify opportunities that's likely to make a really big move in a direction, either up or down, this is the number one thing. Why? Because every time we do this, even gold did this, right? Look at this here. Right? Look at this here. Even gold did this. Look at that. Extended period of sideways movement. Oh, wrong one there. Right? Let's do this here properly. That was the highs through there, and that was the lows. Look what happened. Extended period. This was for many years, right? Many years. Why did gold have such a really big move this year? Because it's coming off the back of what? You got it, right? You got it. There's 2 big common themes here. A very big move here in gold and a very big move here in gold. They both had what? Periods of, and this one here was like a lot of years. Now, I'm not saying you sit around and wait, but what I'm saying is that if you're looking at, say, on an individual stock and you see this type of thing setting up, there's a nice chance we could be going into a nice, good bull phase. Now, what is a bull phase? After the period there, we do what? We start to go through the ups and down, the higher lows. Now, again, this is looking at the weekly chart. So this here is about a month's worth of drop to the downside. Just understand the concept, right? And then we go through what? This period through here. And then we start to go through the next bull phase, which is higher lows all the way up, right? Until we go through another one of these extended period. Make sense? So whenever we do that, and I'm always doing this here, look at this back here. Right? Look at all that sideways period, and then we had a move, and then we had a breakdown. Now, that's the overall picture there, right? So we can see that through there. Now, what's even more powerful is look at this here. See this? See my moving average through here? Bit of a tip for you guys before I get back to oil here. If we have a strong, this is a 24 moving average on my weekly chart. Whenever we have these strong moving averages, and we get these sideways periods to the moving average, there's a high probability we're going to go with that moving average again, right? Look at this back here. See how we had all this strong movement through there? Look what happened. every time we had this sideways period, sideways period, sideways period, sideways period, sideways period. Again, these are sideways periods, right? So that could be about a month's worth of action. Every time we had that sideways period, but the moving average was still trending strong on the upside, what did we get? We got a really big, strong move, right? Out of that level. So a bit of a tip for you guys from there. Now, going back to oil now. By the way, FYI, what's starting to happen to the moving average on gold, on oil right now? See that through there? Look at that through there. It's starting to trend down, isn't it? And we're getting what? That period through there. That's the small pattern there, but the overall big pattern is doing what? Doing nothing here. And so that's where, guys, I'm expecting, I don't know fundamental reason why. I'm not that smart. Okay? You don't need to be that smart. Just understand some simple concepts around the patterns. Because remember, what is the market? What is the chart? The chart is a representation of what the big boys are doing, thinking, and feeling, right? And they do give us some clues here. Okay? And so therefore, we could be getting ready for a really big drop to come off the back of what I just talked about there.